Are you a Platform Housing Group customer looking for work? Today we're asking Building Better Opportunities job coach James how to register with an online job search site and look for work. So, hi, I'm Tim. Thanks for joining us, James. Searching for work online can really confuse people. In fact, it can be quite overwhelming. I wonder if you could give us some tips on how to use an online job website.
Yeah, certainly, Tim. Yeah, it can be confusing, and it's fortunate that there are job sites that we can use that make the process a lot easier.
Okay.
What I'll do, I'll share my screen because we have a presentation that we use on building better opportunities.
Okay.
Just to help guide people through the initial steps. So I'll share screen now, and hopefully you can see that. Find a job, how to use.
Can I just stop you right there? You're using Find a Job as the website. Most people, when I've come across when they're looking for work, they use Indeed. Is there a reason for using Find a Job?
There is a reason why I use it to help people learn the basics of using a job site, the key principles. I find that this website, if you have never done it before, you're new to it, this website is one of the easiest ones to learn those basics. And then once you're comfortable, once you have it under your belt, you can then decide to create an account with, for example, Indeed or CV Library, because they all follow, the same sort of,
Gotcha.
key principles. So you can see here, and if anyone's interested, the website address is there, findajob.dwp.gov.uk. And this one replaced the previous one, which was Universal Job Match, which was used for many years. So the first thing you need to do if you want to use a job site is obviously to register or to create an account with that job site.
Right.
Most of us, not everyone, but most of us are familiar now creating accounts with different websites, with your email address and trying to remember all the passwords.
Yes.
So here's another website where you have to create a password and to make your account. So we wouldn't sign in, so we'd have to create an account, the green button. It's very simple. It's very easy. So you create an account, and there we are. It's just your email that you're going to use for job seeking. And as I said in a previous video, I would always have a designated email account, 100% for job search, because when you go into that email account, you will only see emails relevant to your job search. It won't be mixed up with your gas bills or friends, someone sending you photos. I think it's a very good way to keep your job search organized.
So hopefully you wouldn't miss like an interview or something like that.
Exactly, and it does happen. People get invited to interviews and they don't see it. So email, choose a password, confirm your password, and then create an account. And for those who are not familiar with creating accounts on websites, just to say that usually what happens, and it's true with Find a Job, the website will then send you an email to the email that you entered. It will send you an email just to prove that it was you who wanted to create this account.
Right.
And that will say something like activate or verify your Find a Job account. As soon as you do that, everything's working, everything's okay. All you've got to do now is just sign in. And there you go. When you sign in, you will come to your home screen. Some people call it a dashboard. It's just your menu, and you have 6 menu choices there, different things you can do. Manage account is to change your passwords. You can search for jobs. It records your activity, which we'll look at in a moment. There's a section for CVs, and there's a section to set up and manage your email alerts. CVs is probably the most important section because this is where you're going to upload the CV to the job site so you can actually use it.
Okay.
Applying for jobs. The good thing about this website as well, I'm not sure about other websites, but this website allows you to upload multiple CVs. Like I'm pretty sure some of the more popular ones, you can't do that.
Right, okay.
Yeah, and this is very useful if a lot of people haven't had the same career path. So you may have worked in care, but you also may have spent years where you've worked in retail, for example,
Yeah,
and done different things. So you can have a CV that's particularly set up for applying for care jobs and one for retail.
yeah.
Upload them both, and any more you have into your CVs.
Right, okay.
Just a quick note on email alerts. You can set up something where the website, Find a Job, will send you an email just to alert you, to notify you that a job has been loaded, a job is available that you may be interested in, and it does that through criteria that you've given it. So you might say, I'm interested in retail, Worcester, 16 hours. And then when any job that meets that criteria, you will get an email to let you know that this might be something that you might want to look at. Now, as you can see there, 231,000-ish jobs in the UK. So how do we actually search to find jobs that are going to be
So
relevant?
we've done all the registering. We can actually look for a job now.
Exactly. And
Love
if I just go back a screen a second,
Yeah.
you would click on search for jobs there. You'd click on the first tile, search for jobs, top
Yeah.
left, bring you to this page.
Nice.
Two ways to search for jobs. So the easiest way is to put what in the what box there, for example, job, company, skills. You just type in, say, warehouse operative. Move to the second box where you just type in your town, city. Tab over to the third box, you just hit search. So it's just 3 simple steps. That will bring up a lot of jobs. If you have a lot of time on your hands for your job search in that moment, that's fine.
Yeah.
But we can actually reduce and make the results that come more relevant, more accurate to what we're interested in. And the way we do that is by choosing the advanced search. That's in white writing just below the search button.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of people complain that, when they're looking for work, that it's just not relevant to them, or it's out of the area that they actually want to work in or can get to,
Exactly.
So I'm looking forward to this advanced search.
Yeah, it's a good point. And that can really put you off, or can job seeking, or
definitely.
demotivate you.
Right.
So this is the advanced job search screen on Find a Job. The same facility, this will look slightly different on different job sites, but it will be there. It will be called something like criteria or filters. The things that I'm going to show here, you can do, for example, on Indeed or CV Library. So at the top, again, you still have to put in the name of the job, obviously. Warehouse operative is the example I'm using. And then there are lots of boxes, but I just focus on location, the hours, and then when the job was added to the Find a Job website. So location, we can put the town. So I'm using Worcester for myself.
Yeah.
And you can choose the distance. So from 5 miles anywhere up to 30 miles.
Brilliant.
That's obviously really useful because you need to work out, am I able to get to the job?
And then the full or part-time, that's useful as well, because loads of, a lot of people want to work part-time, and you don't want a list full of full-time jobs.
Exactly. You want to make job seeking, you want to make the most effective use of your time. A lot of people when they're job seeking would rather be doing something else. So
yeah.
It can be a chore at times. So to make it easier, make it more effective, definitely choose full-time, part-time. If you have no preference, leave it as any, as it's selected there on the screen.
Now, why would you choose the added to Find a Job section? What does that do?
So that will tell the website what jobs you're interested in terms of when they were added to the website. So the jobs will come from employers or agencies, and then the people who look after the website will then make them available online. They will load them.
Yeah.
So if you leave it as any time, which is selected now, you might be looking at some jobs that may have been advertised for 4 weeks, 6 weeks. You might be okay with that, especially if you have a lot of time for your job search. But if you've been job seeking regularly recently, maybe like 2 or 3 days ago, and you've completely looked at all the warehouse operative jobs, You don't really want to be looking at those jobs again. You don't want to be having to sort of go for, oh, I've seen this one before. Oh, I've actually applied for that one. You want to be seeing what's added since you were last on the website. So in that example, you would either choose the last 3 days, which is an option, or last 24 hours. It saves you time. And again, it's all about becoming more effective and using your time more effectively.
So that would stop you seeing the same jobs over and over again, wouldn't it?
It would, and having to trawl through all those jobs, and maybe also thinking, oh, it's just the same jobs all the time. If you choose last 3 days, last 24 hours, you're only seeing what's new, which is good, because another reason is maybe not so many applicants have applied for that job already.
Okay.
And also you've got a better chance of not missing out on the closing date. If it's been put on here 6 weeks ago, the closing date may be approaching very quickly and you might not have a lot of time to do your application.
Right, right.
So these criteria are very, very useful, and I would recommend everyone use such criteria when they're doing online job search. Another good facility, you don't have to use it, but it's good on Find a Job, is that it does record all your activity on the website. It's just for you. It doesn't send it anywhere else. You don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
And it helps you keep track of what you've been doing. You can see here on Find a Job, it will show you what you've searched for, what you've looked at, and indeed what applications you've made. So if we go to the next screen, there's an example of a search that I did recently, putting Worcester in as one of my main criteria. It's now showing job views. So what actual jobs did I actually look at? So there's 2 jobs there. There's a day cleaner role and there's an industrial night cleaner role, both in Worcester. And finally, applications. It will record what you've made an application from this website.
Okay.
So that's useful for your own organisation, but it's also good if you need to evidence your job search, maybe for the job centre or a training provider, or indeed if you're working with a Building Better Opportunities job coach.
Gotcha.
And I think that if I just go to the next screen, yeah. So and it's easy as it is to sign in. It's just as easy to sign out, and you can save that website as one of your favourites. So it's always there on hand if you need to do any online job search.
James, that was genuinely useful and interesting. Thank you so much for your time. And if anybody needs any help, more help on this, I'll put details of how to contact us at the end of this video. Thanks, James.
Thanks, Tim.
If you're a Platform Housing customer and you live in Worcestershire and you're unemployed, simply call 0333 200 7304 or email fusionjobcoach@platformhg.com. Or, if you live elsewhere, use the Let's Chat function on our website, or call us on the following number and we can put you in touch with a local partner.